Hey everyone, my name is Amberlyn Foote. I'm a tour guide at Pace University, and today I am going to talk to you in this video a little bit about the science department at Pace. So a little bit more about me. I am in the Forest-Farmers Honors College, and I'm a biology major with a minor in psychology. I have been a tour guide for the last 3 years. I am a resident assistant. I'm involved in Greek life, and I also have a few jobs off campus, so I have 5 jobs total. So if you are looking into the sciences and may want to call Pace home for the next 4 years, definitely listen to what I have to say because I'll give you all of the details that you need. So to briefly go over some of the majors and minors that we have, this is certainly not all of them, but we have biology, biochemistry, chemistry, forensic science, we have behavioral neuroscience, which is definitely a very popular major, and it's actually only 2 years old. We can also minor in each of those majors. We can also minor in environmental science, and the list goes on. So as I mentioned, I'm a biology major with a psychology minor. As a biology major, you pretty much take all the courses with the chemistry majors, forensic science majors, etc. for the first year, which is really nice because it's a great way to meet people in other majors and honestly just get to know people in the department because it is a very close-knit community. And then from there, as you move throughout your 4 years, you sort of branch off into your respective majors and classes with just those people, and the content gets, of course, more specific. As a biology major, you're going to take Intro to Bio your freshman year, as well as Intro to Chemistry, both semesters. Your sophomore year, you're going to take Organic Chemistry the whole year. Fun. I promise it's not as bad as everybody says, as long as you just work hard. Then you're going to take Genetics in the fall, and you're going to take Molecular and Cell Biology in the spring. And then as a junior, you're going to take Biochemistry in the fall, and then after that, you really just take the electives that you're interested in and that meet the requirements for your degree. That's sort of what the layout looks like. One of my favorite electives has been microbiology with Dr. Kelly, who's also the chair for the Department of Biology. She's so fascinating. Her research is on tuberculosis, and the class is incredible. Definitely makes you a little bit more paranoid about all of the microbes that exist in the world around you, but it's certainly one of the coolest classes I've taken. I also really love genetics with Dr. Marcello. He's amazing. He is a reproductive biologist and specialist, and that was also one of my favorite classes, and it is one of the reasons why I pursued the research that I chose to do my sophomore year of college. One of the great things about our classes is that at Pace overall are that the classes are small. So those intro courses that I mentioned, your freshman and sophomore year, those are going to be a little bit larger, but they are going to be the largest classes you take. After that, your classes, your labs will never exceed 20 students, and the lectures are typically between 25 to 30 students at most. So you really have the opportunity to meet your professors and get to know them on a personal level. Next, I would like to talk to you about some department highlights that I think really set us apart from other science departments at other universities. First and foremost, I highly encourage you to write this next point down, circle it in red ink, and keep it in the back of your mind if you plan on coming to Pace and have any intention of pursuing your education further than the undergraduate level, and that is the Pre-Health Advisory Team. We call it the FAT Committee for short, PHAT. This team is comprised of a few faculty members in the science department, and they basically come together and write you a letter of recommendation after you provide them with the material that they need for your future endeavors. So for example, I just applied and got accepted to medical school, and in order to apply, you need letters of recommendation. But if you have a committee letter, that's even better. So the committee letter is written by this committee at Pace, and they basically interview you, they ask for some letters of recommendation, they ask for a personal statement, your resume, etc., and then in your test scores, and then with all of that information, they then write a letter advocating for your acceptance to whatever program you're applying for. So whether it be a PhD, medical school, veterinary school, a master's of science, whatever it may be, having that committee letter from the FAT committee will help you tenfold and is one of the best things that you can add to your application. Next is going to be our state-of-the-art equipment and facility. Our laboratory recently underwent a multi-million-dollar renovation thanks to the donations of some alumni, and we also got a ton of state-of-the-art equipment. Some of those machines cost upwards of my tuition, and so they're definitely very expensive but great to use, and it's definitely a great way for us as students to have the best technology at our fingertips as we're learning and thriving as the future faces of the science community. The next best thing is that our professors are experts in their fields. So every faculty member is an expert in a different discipline. As I said, Dr. Kelly is a microbiologist, Dr. Marcello is a reproductive biologist, we have toxicologists, ecologists, we have organic chemists, inorganic chemists, physicists, you name it. The specialties are very specific to each professor, and they teach the courses that they are experts in. So you're getting a professor that is extremely passionate about the content, and they're not simply regurgitating facts out of a textbook, which really enhances the learning environment because they truly care about what they're telling you, and they really want you to learn it and love it as much as they do. And that has been something that's really helped me thrive in the academic setting. All of the faculty members are required to do research in order to maintain full-time teaching status, and so most of the time they're looking for students to help on their projects, which means if you stand out to them in the class and make a good impression, they will most likely come and ask you if you are interested in working on their research project with them. So make connections with those professors, network with them, and if there's a research project that you're interested in, ask them about it. And it's a great door to open to get your foot in and get that research experience, which is crucial for applications for graduate programs. Because they are also doing their own research, it's a great opportunity to have funded research and not have to find funding yourself, because our professors are funded by some of the most prestigious research organizations in the world, and they also often present their research at different conferences worldwide. And so you'll have the opportunity to travel and present at conferences, which is a great resume builder. All of these facets of our department and our faculty really set us apart from other science programs. Speaking of our faculty, their offices are actually located in the same place in the One Pace Plaza building as our laboratories, which is extremely convenient for us as students. Honestly, sometimes there is this really daunting barrier between the faculty and the students, and it can be really intimidating to approach a professor and ask them a question. But having this close proximity between our labs and their offices really dismantles that barrier and makes them extremely accessible and available to us, and it makes it very easy to learn and ask those questions that we have. So if you come to PACE and you ever have a question or want to visit your professor's office hours, I highly encourage you to do so, because their doors are almost always open. And even though they have those allocated office hour times on their syllabus, if their door is open, most of the time they don't mind students just walking in and asking questions. And in fact, they love to socialize with the students. To wrap things up, I would love to talk about the close-knit community that is the science department and some of the opportunities that we have for our students. So as I mentioned, everybody takes the same classes their first year, which is a great way to integrate everybody in the science department regardless of their major and build those connections between students. After that, there's a lot of different science organizations we have that students can join. We have the Forensic Science Club, the Environmental Science Club, we have Chemistry Club, we have the Tri Beta, which is the National Biological Honor Society, and we have Global Brigades, which is a group of students who are interested in the sciences, who actually go on mission trips. They've been to Panama, they've been to Greece, and so that's a great opportunity for students to get that experience and also put that on their resume. I personally am the president of Tri Beta, so I'm going to spend a little bit more time talking about that since I have a lot of information to give. So Tri Beta, like I said, is the National Biological Honor Society. You can join as an official member and be inducted after taking 3 semesters of a biology course and getting a passing grade in those courses, having a specific GPA, and being a science major. So once you meet those requirements, you can be inducted, and then from there you have the opportunity to receive different grants and apply for them. I actually was honored with one of the research grants last year for my research, where I investigated the role of a virus in the parasite that causes the disease cryptosporidiosis. Some other great opportunities are different awards, the opportunities to present at conferences, and the list goes on. On our campus at PACE, Tri Beta puts on a lot of different events. So we do pre-health workshops. We have medical school admissions counselors come and talk to our students, as well as the counselors for other programs like PhD programs. Another science organization that I forgot to mention is Pre-Professional Health Society. So this is another great club to join if you're interested in any graduate programs in STEM or in health in particular. And last year we put on a panel of different medical professionals. So we had somebody who worked in the Navy, we had a nurse, we had a PA, we had a doctor, we had a researcher, and they all came and were on a panel and talked a little bit about the specifics of what their jobs look like. All of these are opportunities for our students, and everything that we really put on is to advantage our students who are pursuing careers in the sciences and are looking into graduate programs. The end of the year is always a fun time for our science majors because we put on a science gala, and this is essentially just one big formal party that we have for our students and our faculty. It's a great time, everybody comes, and all of the science organizations put their budgets together, so we actually go all out for this event, and it's a great time. And we also do a lot of different service events throughout these organizations. So we do Build a Health Backpack for underserved communities. We have made Christmas cards for the hospital across the street from the one New York City campus, and we've done a lot of other activities to benefit our students. The Chemistry Club always does a walk over the Brooklyn Bridge for Earth Day. The Chemistry Club always puts on bake sales, and a lot of these opportunities provide extra credit for students in their classes, so keep that in mind when you are attending these events, that you might get extra credit. And we also have a lot of research seminars, so sometimes we'll bring in alumni, we'll bring in other peers of our faculty members, and then sometimes our faculty members themselves will present their research. And these are always good opportunities for our students to learn about the different research that our faculty members are doing, and perhaps find projects that they're interested in and can potentially join in the future if they are looking for research experience. Well, overall, I hope this information was useful to you. I truly think that the experience that I've had within the science department at Pace University has been unparalleled to any other program that I possibly could have joined. I have had the time of my life with the best mentors and professors in the world that I know will remain mentors for a lifetime. I have acquired 2 different research experiences. I have been on a mission trip. I have logged hundreds and hundreds of hours of shadowing experience that helped in my medical school applications. I received interview preparation. I got a really great letter of recommendation from the committee, and I have just flourished in my academic environment because I've had the great resources that our department has to offer. So I hope this information was useful to you. I cannot speak highly enough about our science department at Pace. And if you're slightly interested in pursuing a degree in the sciences at Pace, I highly recommend that you consider ours, because I promise that you will not regret it. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have an amazing day.